So today we have Tamaya, Tamaya Goddess-like as she is. I was just saying before you got kicked off that you were the first one that signed up for the series. So thank you so much for supporting. And
Of course.
um, yeah, so you're the second interview. So why don't you tell everybody who you are, a little bit about your journey to being an entrepreneur, what Electric Whine is, and we'll go from there.
Okay. So, hi, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for having me, Christine. I'm literally having my coffee right now.
Good. I was going to ask you what
Oh,
kind.
yeah.
What do you have?
Black coffee. No
Oh, okay.
sugar. No, yeah, that's how I drink my coffee.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good to
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes I would add almond milk, but like just a splash, or like, instead of having snacks, sometimes I would do that, but very rarely.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm Tamaya. I'm originally from France. I moved to Miami about 4 years ago. And I was teaching dance. I started dancing when I was like 14. I started teaching when I was 17. It just happened. And then from there, I was like, oh, I actually love this, group feeling and like encouraging people and coaching them and stuff. Anyways, when I started traveling, so when I came to the US, right, I got more involved with the fitness industry. Then obviously, I didn't have a dance team or anything. So I was like, oh, I need to see what I could do when it comes to dancing. And then I just started teaching people on the beach, and they wanted to have some type of workout and dancing at the same time. And I was like, oh my God, what can I do that where I could like just get people together in the where they can actually work. Sorry, Onyx, get down. So I don't have kids, but I have a puppy. So it's like every time I talk, he's like jumping on me. This is a real life situation.
We love Onyx.
Oh my God, let me talk.
Mhm.
And so I was like, oh my God, what about if I do a fitness class that would be actually dancing at the same time where you're squatting and you're whining, and it would be less intimidating to call it fitness, right? Because I feel like we're
If- Can you explain what whining is? Because I didn't know
oh yeah,
before I joined you.
absolutely.
So.
So I'm not gonna explain. I'm actually gonna show you. So
Oh.
whining is actually the movement of the hip, just like right here. Okay. All right. Body rolls and all. So yeah, so that's what it is. And you actually like moving your hips and squatting and lunging. And then I just started creating choreographies with that. And I'm like, okay, oh, I like this dance step. How can I make this dance step but in squatting? So then we're squatting. You've been there, but like for the
Yes.
ones who don't know, so this is what it is basically. And then over with the time, it just became a movement, a community. And I really realized that not only women love to dance, but we also need to feel encouraged. We need to be reminded of, hey, stop comparing yourself. Hey, you're doing great. Hey, it's okay if you mess up. You can just flip your hair, keep going. Hey,
Hmm.
nobody really cares. Just do you, boo boo. It's your life. It's like because I was in the same. I felt like when I was dancing myself when I was teaching taking classes before. I mean, I still do now, but before I started Electric Whine, I was in my head a lot where I was like, oh, look at her, she does so good. Oh my God, blah blah blah. Oh my God,
Hmm.
look at her. And I realized we all do this. And I just wish that in those moments where I was in my bubble, that the instructor would notice it and be like, hey girl, like focus on you. You're doing
Hmm.
good.
Hmm.
Because then you're like, oh yes, me, I'm in my head. You have to be reminded of those things that we naturally do.
Absolutely. And explain to everybody what Electric Wine is in Miami.
Yeah. So it's basically a dance class where, like I said, you're squatting, you're winding, you learning choreographies. We're a community. I teach in different studios and different gyms in Miami. And right now, because of the COVID, we're all online. So we have an online community platform. I teach virtual classes every day, or I share tutorials. But yeah, I also have a little dance team. So we do like little shows. They're able to teach some of the classes as well sometimes. So yeah, it's definitely a growing movement. I started it 2 years ago. LLC did last year. So last year really is when it started picking up.
Hmm. I just wanted to say that so I met Tamaya, maybe I met you a little over a year ago. I guess. And I had never ever danced, only when I was 5, like, little ballet that your parents sign you up for. And I was super nervous, but I don't even remember why. Oh, I think you kept bothering me. I think you were like, try a class, come try a class. And I was like, finally, like, okay. And I just wanted to say that her community is so authentic. It really is one of those communities where everyone is welcome, everyone fits in, no matter what your race is, your age. We have people who are 18, we have people who are in their 60s, and it is a truly fun event every time I go. It's an amazing workout. And she's just like helped me build self-confidence, and along with the other ladies, like everyone is just so supportive, and which I think is rare, especially when it comes to dancing. Like you mentioned earlier, there's a lot of competition, people are always judging, people are always looking at each other. So I'm so grateful. She's also added, besides the online classes, she's added a Friday night chat, and I got to be a guest on that, and we choose a different topic every week. So she really has, I just give you props because you've really grown and developed this community, this movement, like you said. And it's truly authentic and open to everybody, which I just love, because everyone's like, oh, yeah, everyone's welcome in other communities, but that's not always the case,
I feel.
Yeah.
I
So
appreciate
I
you
love
say
it.
this. It's to me means a lot because
Mm-hmm.
I believe in like when you want to do something, it feels more natural when it's organic. And I
Mm-hmm.
do think that we have that where it's like organic. And in the trials and error, like in the first days of Electric Whine, I've tried to do something completely different, go in another direction, and it was just not feeling right. It wasn't working, right? So everything that when you're patient and it grows organically is just easier, and you attract what you manifest, right? You attract the type of people that are meant to be in your life, like we bond like
Mm-hmm.
this because there's something about our energy that are matching too.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to go back to your first class. So first of all, when you came, I did not know it was your first class because okay, so I teach two types of classes, right? The dance fitness ones where it's like really like okay, go go go, follow along choreographies. Like I still break down the steps here and there, but it's easier. She came to a Friday night class, which before COVID, so last year, the Friday night was like the choreography one. So it was one choreo the entire class, and it was a little bit more challenging.
I was so
You killed
scared.
the class. You killed it. At the end of the class, I was like, oh, how did you like it? And she was like, oh, it was my first dance class ever. I was like, what? What? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, well, it was super fun, and you encouraged me to keep going. And just the improvement that I've seen in myself over the year also has just been really cool to see right in front of your eyes. Like I was so lost those first few months, but once I, got into it, and it just makes it more fun. So thank you. I never knew I had a passion for dancing until I
There you
met you.
go.
So thanks for installing that in me. And one other thing I wanted to highlight about your classes and your movement is you actually taught me a lot about affirmations and how important they are, and how they can really shift and change your mindset. So do you just want to tell us a little bit about the affirmations that we say
Yeah.
at the end of class and how you use them?
So I always thought that just as yoga, right? You say the body, the mind, and the soul are connected, right? And it's dancing or every classes that really like encourage movements. Dancing in our case really help you build that positive energy and like raise your endorphins and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
And so this is like the most, it's just to me, right, it's your strongest but the most vulnerable moment as well, because
Mm-hmm.
it's like you're in a high. It's just like when you have too much alcohol, or like when you smoke or something, you're kind of like out of like your normal self. And so sometimes your energy can be very very high where you're like, oh my god. And so it's kind of scary to be in that limbo at sometimes. And so it's important, and it's also when we're the most receptive. So like being able to do affirmations. So there are different things that we do affirmations at the end of the class, which is I'm beautiful, I'm amazing, I'm special, I'm unique. Because yes, you're unique. Your body is unique, the way you are is unique. You're special because there's nobody like you or like me on this earth. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So and I feel like as women sometimes we get so much in our head that we are almost ashamed to be ourselves, and it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like all right, wait, what? Like when you know, take things with a distance, you're like, why am I even feeling like this? Like where this feeling of being insecure comes from. So it's really like to go against those insecurities that we may have. And
Mm-hmm.
then I'm beautiful because I'm beautiful regardless, inside and out. I'm amazing because I'm an amazing person. That's what it is. And so we have to believe in those things. The other affirmations that we do is like right before the goddess walk. So the goddess walk is something that I realized was it's fun. It's not really, it's more like to release a little bit more energy at the end of the class. We're just walking, freestyling, flipping our hair. And before the goddess walk, we're actually saying, I'm sexy, I'm powerful, I'm confident, because this is literally your power. It's like your sexiness, you're powerful, you're a powerful being, and you're confident. And
We're
a
bringing
woman,
out our Beyonce doing the walk.
yes, oh my God. So yeah, this is where you really get out of your head. You're like, I'm not in my living room right now. I'm not in the studio right now. I'm on stage and I have an audience. So I give my
Yes.
100%. And I also realized one thing about this recently. It's actually, you know, when you dance a lot, like when you work out and you sweaty and you're so like, you know, full of energy. At the end of your workout, being able to have some type of practice that would channel your energy helps, because if you go back home on your high like this, it can be overwhelming for the people at your house or your friends or whatever it is that you are going, or even going back to sleep, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I
Absolutely.
do believe that the affirmations are super important. And I mean, if this is something that even like you're able to do every day, I mean, I do this every day. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I'm a goddess, you know. I have to build my confidence as much as I have to walk my talk, you know.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Well, you are the leader and you certainly attract all kinds of people, but I think the most important thing is because you're a genuine leader. So I appreciate that. And obviously, that's shown in the variety of people that come to follow you, to support you, and to come and try your class. So, yeah,
Thank
so
you.
being an entrepreneur, let's just talk a little bit more about that. Um, what are some key lessons that you've learned over the last few years since you started your own business, whether it be training, personal training or Electric Whine?
Um, okay. So I think I always had like that entrepreneurship mindset or like that independence mindset. I think it came before from my ego or like my pride, where I was like, nobody can tell me nothing, you know. I think it became from that because, like I said, I started teaching dance classes very early, and then it became just more important than that. Where I was like, okay, I have responsibilities, but what does that mean? I had to learn, because just like you said, right? And just like I said, I built this organically, and I want to be genuine, because also it's hard for me to proceed with too much logic, because I feel like sometimes I lose that genuine side of things. So
Mm.
that, to me, I don't know if that makes sense or if anybody has gone through this before, but that's something that, I mean, I'm pretty sure people go through this too. It's like, okay, when does it stop to be a hobby, and when does it begin to be a business? And
Yes.
I took a while before treating it as a business. I think to me
Hmm.
it was people who actually told me, oh, your business, your business, your business. I was like, which business? Oh, Electric Whine. Oh, okay. Like, it's crazy. And then
Uh-huh.
last year I decided to LSC it and trademark it, and then, you know, have like a better strategy or like just a better structure. And what has helped me personally, because, you know, I'm a passionate and I'm creative, so I have like 1,000 ideas, and I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to get here, I had to write things down and be like, all right, what do I really want to do? And what is
Hmm.
the easiest for me? What's the most sustainable for me? As
Hmm.
per, obviously, financially wise, you know, you gotta leave. If I don't get money for what I'm doing, then I can't do what I'm doing, because I got, you know, I don't have any
Everyone
other
has
backup.
bills. Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't have any other backup. So,
Yeah.
and so there's that, but there's also I don't remember what's the second thing, but yeah, but totally, I had to really learn about that. Just try to be organized, and when I say organized, it's try to stick to a plan that would work for me and that would be sustainable as per my personality and what I'm offering, what feels natural for me to do, and
Hmm.
also like what is fair for me to receive.
Hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yes. I love how you touched on that you didn't even realize it was a business till people actually started calling it a business, because that means that you're truly passionate about it
Yeah.
and you started it because of the passion, not because
Yeah.
you wanted to make $1 million from it. So I think that's one thing that's super important when being an entrepreneur is everyone gets to being the entrepreneur in a different way. Everyone has their own journey. And some people, they just want to leave like the 9 to 5 like I did. And so, but I realized, that being passionate about what I do is just as important
Yeah.
as it's just so important because
Yeah.
you'll burn out quickly. You won't have the motivation or the drive to continue if you're not passionate about it.
Yeah.
So I think that's amazing, and that you can combine the two, the passion and your work, so it doesn't really feel like work, which is just
That's good.
great.
And I just want to jump on something here because that's also very interesting. During this COVID, I really had time to think.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. I mean, it's so unfortunate what's happening right now, but I'm so glad this happened because I needed a pause in my life.
Mm.
Until last year, I had a huge turn in my life where I had to go back to 9 to 5. I had to pick up more clients, and at the same time, I had my business. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't drop this. If I
Mm-hmm.
drop what I'm doing right now, whether I make money or not, then I'm never gonna succeed in what I'm doing. I'm never gonna make this a thing. I'm never gonna make it bigger, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
had to find ways to balance this out where I was like, okay, if I'm not making money here, at least I'm making money there. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it was exhausting. But just like you said, if you're passionate about something and you really believe in what you're doing, then it's just gonna feel natural. And in those cases, like when you're going through a hard time, whatever it is, sorry, whatever it is, when you're going through a tough time and you have something that you're really passionate about, um, to me, in my case, it has helped me to go through my challenges at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think also strengthened my love for my brand.
Absolutely. And I was chatting with Andrea yesterday about this, but it's okay to pivot in your business. Like sometimes you have a plan, but it doesn't go exactly as you planned, but that's okay. You can just change and make adjustments, maybe go back to another job for a little while if that's needed. But
Yes,
it's okay to not be perfect, right? There's lots of ups and downs. And
I
oh,
love
you're
that you
getting
say
nice
that.
comments. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I love that you said that. It's okay to not be
It's
perfect.
okay. Yeah.
I said that the other day on the live. I was like, we're so scared to try and fail, but the worst case is that you just failed. It's so hard that you
And you
you
start
learn and you
again.
move forward, and it's okay.
Hmm.
Like, I mean, I say that because I myself, I have to apply this in my life, right? It's like, so what? You didn't make the right move. Okay, cool. Next,
Yep,
let's move on.
absolutely.
I love that.
Entrepreneurship is definitely a roller coaster of emotions. So I'm just curious how you deal with the ups and downs, or maybe, I think it starts with acceptance. Like, okay, this is where I'm at, but I'm curious to hear. And I want to say hi to Vanessa and can't wait to see you again in person
Hi, yes.
and dance with you.
And
Uh,
thanks, Troy, too. I see Tamaya is definitely passionate. Oh, thank you. Yeah,
yes.
Vanessa, girl, it's been a while we haven't seen her.
Mm.
That's great. Okay. Yeah. So
Oh,
ups
I
and
was saying,
downs.
so how do you deal with the emotional ups and downs, yeah, of entrepreneurship? If you could give advice for someone starting out, because, I didn't expect it at all. I didn't expect to feel so lonely when I left my office job, till I moved across the country. So until I found my crew, I was really lonely and just didn't expect it. So what's one piece of advice you can give for people starting out?
So first of all, the thing with the changing country, I think I can relate to this because four
Mm.
years ago, I literally abandoned everybody, my family, my friends, and I was just like, I packed my bag and I'm moving to Miami. So that was like, first of all, that was the biggest thing I've ever done. So once that is done, there's nothing you can't handle.
Hmm.
There's
That takes a
nothing in the
lot of
way.
courage for sure.
And sometimes you have to remind. That's something I was forgetting to do as well for a long time. Not looking back in a way where, oh, I should have done this, but like, whoa, like I grew so much and I've done so much and I met so many people, and do I really like the life that I'm building for myself right now, etc. Right? So those things help you. I mean, to me, right, it helps me really like overcoming sometimes my feelings. Also, the fact that I am in a line of work of service. I mean, so are you, but like you work with people, so you always have to
Hmm.
be stronger regardless of what's going on. I mean, to me, this is
Mm.
what's pushing me. I feel like I can't be vulnerable, and I will say the truth. Hey, today I'm sorry I have my period, or like it's not really a good day, so I need more energy from you. Like, you know, so I'm trying to like be vulnerable, but at the same time I can't just be like, hey, sorry, I don't feel like teaching today. You know,
Yeah,
then I can't have the business that I have. So it's like the fact that you have to push yourself help you
to
also
show
overcoming
up.
and feel more show up. You feel more capable. You feel more
Hmm.
capable. You can do more. You feel more motivated. Um, and then I do a lot of self-development. You know, I read in the morning a lot. I love Abraham Hicks. I keep talking about her, which, by the way, I hope one day she's going to follow me because I keep sending people her. But Abraham Hicks has helped me. Candice actually, you know, was talking to me about her, and then I started listening to her. I was
Hmm.
like, wow, she saved my life. Read a lot of books that inspired me. I try to limitate also my time on social media. I actually put timers when I see that I'm too much on social media, because that also can sometimes make you feel down.
Hmm.
Because you want to go, you compare yourself, your beginning to someone else's middle, which is
Hmm.
not a good thing to do.
And it
Um,
also sucks a lot of time away from other work.
so you're like, I haven't done anything today.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I think me personally, I've had to learn how to be at peace. So what I noticed last year is that my drive was my anxiety. So I didn't even know I was anxious. I just thought I had so much energy, and like, you know, I was like acting on impulsion. Impulsion? How can I say that? Impulsive?
Impulse. Yep.
Impulse. Yeah, where I was like, oh my God, yeah. And now that this is happening, I finally have time to think, because, you know, I don't have as many clients, everything's online. I really took time for myself, which I haven't done that before. I didn't have that work-life balance, which is super important, especially when you work in service, because you can't pour from an empty cup.
Hmm.
You got to take care of yourself.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I didn't know how to do this before. So this is definitely something that you want to do. And then just keep going back to your goals, and keep, when I don't go back to my goals and I don't go back to what I wrote, then I get lost. I get lost and I do something else. I feel overwhelmed. And those feeling,
Hmm.
the feeling of feeling overwhelmed, you feel stressed, you feel frustrated, you don't sleep at night, you don't, and these are not natural feelings. There's something
Hmm.
wrong if you feel that way. You know,
Hmm.
you can be scared and feel stressed, but it feels right. But when you feel stressed, scared, frustrated, then there's something that
You gotta
that's not
change.
aligning with your mission. Yeah.
Hmm. I remember looking at you and I'm like, how does she do it? I don't even know what was your maximum number of classes a week, but you were running like 10, 15, I don't know. And those take so much energy and they're like a hardcore workout every time. And I'm just like, I don't even know. I'm like, she's taking her frustration out on us. She'd be like, more squats, more whining.
Let's
But I love
go.
it. Well, we're gonna close soon, but one thing that just popped into my mind as you were talking was that I love with entrepreneurship, there's always a choice. Like you can
Yes.
choose to be better. You can choose to accept where you are and change it. You can choose to stay in your funk. You can choose to let go of what no longer serves you. So, yeah, and I think, like you said, when you move to another country, which, as you know, I have as well, like
Yes.
the world is at your fingertips and you feel like you can do anything. And so I think it's just important to keep that in the back of your head, to believe in yourself and know that you have a choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is true. I agree. A lot of
Hmm.
people would disagree with that, but I totally agree with you. Everything is a choice at the end of the day. It's not your fault where you come from,
Hmm.
right? But the rest is all by you. Every move you make is a decision, whether it's a good one or a bad one. It should teach you something.
Hmm.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I'm sure we're almost done, but there was one thing that came back, and I think that was one of the things I forgot to say when you were saying, I forgot again. Well, you know what? That's me. It's okay. It's okay.
No,
Basically,
I was
and
gonna
it's
ask if there
okay
was
that we're
any.
live, guys. But you know what? You get to know me. I'm like this. I have like 1,000 thoughts in my head. It's so hard to process, but I accept who I am, and I work on myself to be a better person every day. And yeah, so,
No problem. Well, was there anything that we forgot to cover that you want to say?
well, I want to say you guys, you should come and try Electric Whine. Get out of your comfort
Yes.
zone. Try to feel capable. My method and my approach to things when it comes to whether dancing or fitness is that I work a lot with women, obviously, and the mental side of things. Like this morning again, I had one of my clients was saying, "Oh my God, like I'm having so much fun that I even forget that I'm in a program." Which is what you should be doing. Same thing as your business. I'm having so much fun and I love it so much that I'm forgetting that I'm actually working.
Yes, exactly. And I say the same for your classes. They're an hour long, but the hour flies by and you learn some new good moves and shake your booty and have some fun. So I'm
Yeah.
so glad that I found you. Your community and your movement is very unique.
Thank you.
And yeah, thank you so much for your time and for interviewing. And I'm just super excited. I can't wait to give you a big hug in person
Yeah, me
and
too.
not
Thank you
online.
for having me and thank you for being part of this as well.
Of
And I
course.
mean, I think that it's an amazing initiative what you're doing, like talking about entrepreneurship and being able to just like chit chat. I think we need to hear some of those things. I tuned in yesterday on your live too. And I was like, wow, it feels good to see that you're not alone going through. Ooh, that's what I wanted to say.
Go for
Feeling
it.
lonely, feeling lonely. I know that at times, even though I'm always around people and I love my solitude, I'm not gonna lie, like being alone and reflect on all that. But in my down days when I feel lonely, whether I am around people or not, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, it's lonely at the top. And it's okay because there's God is, and you have a mission that's bigger than yourself. Like you have to talk to yourself in certain ways so that you know. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
stay
what I wanted to
positive.
say. Yes, yes.
Yes. All right. Well, thank
Thank
you
you, my
so
love.
much. Have a beautiful day.
Bye, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
I can't wait to see you in person
Yeah, me
soon.
too. Bye, my love.
Bye.